viewers, and welcome back to Top Shelf Disney Animation Studios Library, the podcast where we watch all these great classic Disney animation films. Okay, hold on, let me go back. Not all great classics.
Right, yeah.
As more than likely what today's episode will eventually reveal. Not all of them are great classics. Anyways, we'll get to that momentarily. I am Jeff, TC, the one who's already chimed in there. TC is there. Hi, TC. How you doing?
Hi, Jeff. Oh, I'm doodling okay there, Jeffy. Woohoo! Yeah.
No, TC, I am surprised you didn't make like 25 puns, references to other pieces of works, or fart and poop jokes in that first 30 seconds.
Jeff, that would start this podcast out as an utter disaster if I were to just... Okay,
boy,
so
you just wrangled in a real good pun there, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm off the reservation here. I'm just gonna check off all these puns real quick. I just got this great no.
But you know what, you see, the amount of puns that we have just done is still nowhere near the amount of horrendous jokes and puns that this movie decided to do.
Boy. What did we watch today?
We've watched the 2004 animated piece of thing called
film.
I didn't even want to give it the credit to be a film. That's the thing. I don't even think this is a film. I think this is a cruel joke. But the 2004 entertainment movie, quote unquote, Home on the Range.
Let's just pull back the curtain here for a moment here, okay? So, folks, normally the way we start these episodes, Jeff and I will just, hey, how you doing? We'll have a little brief chat before just to kind of get the energy going that we're gonna need to record with each other. It helps with the fact that we're not in the same room. It just gets our timing it gets that energy up, right, Jeff? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
I connect this call yodeling. Typically, I'm doing something to get Jeff's attention to start this out. So you connected to me going yodeling, yodel, yodeling, and you just go, we need to start right now.
Now, keep in mind, I generally watch these movies a day in advance. I usually watch them. So as evidenced by when we post on the Facebook, we usually record these episodes on Mondays, Monday evenings. I usually watch the movie. If I try to, it'll be sometimes Sunday in the morning, if not in the morning, in the evening. So I have a good 24 hours away from the movie. I like to do that so that way I can have some time to let the movie kind of settle in. So I'm not making any real. I'm not jumping to conclusions, basically.
No snap judgments for you. Yeah.
Right, because I've definitely been victim of seeing a movie and coming out of it just off the cuff being like, oh, worst movie ever, but then going back and watching it and realizing, no, not actually that bad.
I'm typically the reverse where, I'll walk out of a movie and be like, and then it usually takes, 2 or 3 people to point out fallacies where I'm going, oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was bad. I forgot. But yeah, definitely this movie, man. Okay, TC. I'm gonna say this right now, everybody, because I am not gonna hide it. This movie was absolute, or as you could say, utter crap.
So Jeff, of all the movies we've watched,
10. This movie is 10. We don't have 10 on this number on this list yet. This is 10.
Oh boy. So this was your first time experiencing this film?
It was.
Correct. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I've seen this movie once before. I didn't see it in theaters. I just watched it on video or whatnot a few years back.
Okay.
And I had a pretty much the same reaction that you're having now. And going into it for this one, I didn't want to just go in and be like, all right, let's rail on this thing. Let's really give this. But going into it with the original going into it, I had no preconceived notions. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. And so I reacted very similarly to how you're reacting now. Going in this second time, knowing and kind of remembering a fair amount, just little things here and there.
Did the opinion change? Did it get worse? What is
it developed, okay? Because I just had my reaction to the first one or the first time viewing it. This time now, sitting down and being able to really scrutinize the film, And I didn't go in like I'm gonna hate this thing. I went in like, okay, maybe I was wrong. I wasn't wrong.
No, you're not. Because you know what, CC?
Oh,
You know
boy.
what this movie is? This is not a Disney movie. This is a DreamWorks movie.
Okay, you're not wrong. Okay, it is worth mentioning. We've been building up to this. Okay, we've been building up to this. We're in. I think this officially we can dub that we are in the second Dark Age. Like it's always kind of fuzzy depending on the quality of a film, like where exactly we fall, and it's been this transition out of the Renaissance, and the Renaissance had its peak and then dropped off, and then we've hit this new era with Treasure Planet, and last week we watched Brother Bear, Lilo and Stitch, Atlantis. We're in this really experimental stage. Before Brother Bear, I'd say we were definitely in this really neat experimental phase. And then Brother Bear was this attempt to try to get back to form, at least. You are right on the money that it thinks it's a DreamWorks movie, because this movie feels so much like it's trying to play catch up. It's trying to compete. This is no longer the innovation that Disney has done technically or narratively. It's not taking the risks that we got a nice little run of risks with Atlantis and Lilo and Stitch and Treasure Planet. This movie is laughable, and not because it's a comedy, but because this is so trying to compete with everything else that was out there.
We are 2 minutes into this movie, and then we have your main character voiced by Roseanne Barr. The fact that she's voiced by Roseanne I don't care. I watched Roseanne growing up. I'm used to that type of that humor and all that. But this is a Disney animated film. We are 2 minutes in. She shows up. You see that she has udders, and her line of "Yeah, they're real, so quit staring."
Yep, that's
2 minutes into the movie.
Her first line is the reason this is a PG movie.
Right,
this would have been G if it weren't for her first line. No, it wouldn't have been G because there's pistols in it, but still.
That's not how you start. It's still like that's not how you start off a Disney movie. And like there's poop jokes in it. There's a cross-dressing joke when they're in the saloon that like the dancer like falls in the lap of the guy and his wig falls off and he goes, "Son," and like it's a guy that's doing like what? What is this?
The year before this movie came out, 2003, Finding Nemo came out, and Pixar has had a much smaller library, but the quality of Pixar films is something to achieve. It is something. It is the benchmark of animation, because they Pixar, and I won't go on a huge praising of Pixar, but Pixar crafts cinema in a majority of their films, and Finding Nemo is a beautiful, gorgeous story that is beautifully and gorgeously animated. It's some of the peak of CG we'd seen at this point. That was the year before. 2004, the year that Home on the Range came out, we had just animated. We had Shrek 2.
Okay.
Yeah. We you want fart jokes, Jeff? Let me tell you.
I know.
And also from DreamWorks we had Shark's Tale, which was their attempt at Finding Nemo, right? Again, if you want fart jokes. For family movies competing around the same time that Home on the Range came out, this is film like. This is another a nail in the coffin of 2D animation. The fact that it can't compete with the other animated movies that were coming out, because Shark Tale, the fact that it's a terrible film doesn't matter. It made way more than Home on the Range. Shrek 2 is still one of the highest grossing movies of all time. And the other family movies that came out this summer, Spider-Man 2, which is the freaking pinnacle of comic book superhero movies at the time. And Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, which is arguably the best Harry Potter, and Pixar released the freaking Incredibles that summer. Home on the Range is out of its league in just in the other options that are available.
If there was ever, I mean, obviously, and we discussed this before, like we knew that Disney had, or you could see that Disney was already moving away from the hand-drawn animation. But if there was ever a final coffin or a final nail in the coffin that needed to be, it's just like, look what came out and look what was so hugely successful compared to whatever this was. You know, this.
This is important though. We need this, okay? We need this era of Disney animated movies that we are clearly in up to our necks in right now, and will continue for the next couple of films as they try to refine themselves. Refine themselves. Sure, that's fine. This is important. We needed this to happen because much like the original Dark Age, and it's the Xerox age, if you really want to break it down to what affected Disney's quality for so long. Because Walt was still alive when we were entering into the Xerox phase, and that affected the general animation quality of a film. But it's because of that Dark Age that we got the Renaissance. And this second era that we're in now, second Dark Age we're in now, with some of these financial failures, some of these creative failures and narrative failures, casting failures. This is important. We need this because Disney needs to make a comeback. That is something that this library, if it's proven anything, is that Disney is got some of the best comeback stories in the industry. I know that's true. It's not the most inspiring thing to watch a company that makes billions of dollars and call them the underdog, but they are shooting themselves in the foot with some of their choices here. This movie takes no chances. It feels so lazy, and what's insane is some of the original ideas that they wanted to do with this film would have been great. Seriously, one of the original concepts was the Pied Piper. There's obviously a little bit of Pied Piper in here, but Eisner turned that down because he said parents aren't going to want to take their children to a movie where kids are murdered. Going off the original Pied Piper. I'm
sorry, did we see Pinocchio back in the day?
No. Eisner was right to balk on that one, to pass on that one. I agree with that. The idea that they passed on that was crazy of them to pass on, is that the protagonist of the original concept was going to be deaf, a deaf cow, and the hero couldn't hear the yodeling, couldn't hear the music that drives all the other cows away. To have a disabled character in a deaf character, that would have been so neat and empowering towards people that are handicapped. And totally something Pixar would have done if they had been given this.
Oh, hey, absolutely.
We want you to do this. Cool. Main character will be deaf. You'll be crying within 15 minutes. Let's do this. Instead, we got this.
we got this. What is it? It's like it's an hour and 17-minute movie that is not a kids movie. There's more. This is more
Who's
of an
this for?
adult. I don't know, because that's
this
the thing
for?
that drives me crazy. Based upon the jokes that are in it. Sorry, I use that term very loosely. The attempt at jokes that are in it. The fact that we have now moved our 80s actor to, which usually is the sidekick comic relief, to the main character in the film. Which already that was your mistake, but just those like they do the rhinestone fat boy. She's like, okay, rhinestone fat boy. I'm like, first off, no kid is going to understand that reference at all. And I understand a lot of kids' films have, jokes for the adults. They have those references so that way the adults can enjoy themselves too when they're watching it. But that's fine. But you can't have your entire movie be the adult attempts at references and jokes and not have anything for the kids and still claim you're a kid movie.
Well, we're hitting a problem we have seen before. In many of the films we've watched here, it's always the tonal contradiction, like not having a clear vision, not having a clear tone. There's 6 story people credited for the story in here, and we've seen a half dozen people credited for stories before, but this really shows because there's so much going on in this movie.
Right.
How many characters are in this movie? Like named characters.
Well, because what do you have? You have the 3 main cows. You have Rico. You have Pearl, the farm lady. You have the sheriff. You have Jackrabbit.
Yep.
You have what
The
else?
goat.
Do you have? The goat.
The dog.
You got oh my god, the dog.
Yep.
I forgot about the
Yep.
dog.
The horse.
Oh, the other horse, the one that's voiced by Patrick Warburton.
No. Rico's
sorry,
horse.
sorry,
Bill.
sorry.
or-
Rico's horse. I forgot
Yeah.
the main
Yeah.
horse done by Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah.
That's right. You have the main baddie, the villain, the Pied Piper guy.
Alameda Slim. Yeah.
Alameda Slim. You have the three henchmen, the something brothers. That man, don't even get me started on those guys. Okay? If you can't have one good, okay, why? Who thought it was a good idea to take the one annoying villain or sidekick and just make triplets of the exact same person? Like,
Well,
I
there's
get,
a lot.
I get Scar had the three hyenas, but at least they were three different personalities.
They keep introducing characters. I wrote down a note, like, too many characters were at the 20-minute mark, and they're still introducing. They introduce Rico at the 20-minute mark. I'm like, 20 minutes in, we're introducing the characters? Jeez, finally had my fill. No, because at the 47-minute mark, you meet Mr. Wesley or Mr. Weasley, Steve Buscemi's
character. Oh my god, I forgot about him.
Which is it's okay, I guess, like if a character is going to be introduced late in the game, fine, whatever. But it's because there's so many characters at this point, and everybody's got an arc, and then you introduce this bad guy into the mix, and then Rico ends up being a bad guy, and it's just so much stuff is thrown at the wall. Jeff, this movie starts 3 times.
Okay. Oh yes, because I was just going to say, I'm not going to lie. As much crap as have been giving and will be giving of this film the entire time, it began in a way where I went, oh, okay, it's kind of like the old school, like the early Disney films where it wasn't characters singing, but they had chorus that were singing.
Right.
Like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
This kind of and then I'm like watching the animation. I'm like, oh, it kind of feels like an old school Looney Tunes cartoon. That's kind of the direction.
Yep.
A little like Chuck Jones, like that Chuck Jones.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I was in my head. I'm like Chuck Avery. That's not right.
Tex Avery.
Tex Avery.
Although
Chuck
Tex
Jones.
Avery, oh my god, if they had just leaned into Tex Avery. Oh, okay. Continue. So yes,
it starts in the way, and I'm like, oh, okay. They went kind of old school. Okay, I can dig this, and I legitimately was okay and on board with this movie for the first 3 minutes.
Yeah,
and then the
totally.
movie started again, and I'm like, oh, okay.
They introduced Maggie. She's like, "Hi, I'm a prize cow. My owner's losing his farm." Okay, so this is what the movie's about.
Yeah,
No,
all right.
Let's start over again. Okay, now we're introducing the farm that's under the heaven's place, piece of heaven, right?
Piece of heaven. Yep.
Yeah. Well, okay, starting over. We're introducing that. Okay, now we're gonna reintroduce Maggie, the main character. Because the first time we meet her, she's this prize cow. She's this.
Right.
She's a little bit of a diva, right? She's
Right.
got her stable, and she's confused why she's losing the farm. That's fine. That would have worked for a main character. But then they reintroduce her with completely out of place rock music, like
Yeah.
alarmingly so. And they introduce her again, and now she's a redneck cow. Like, she's a trailer trash cow. Like, who is the one in the? What is the? And then this thing over here.
Well, and I was waiting for them to bring back her former farm. Like, I thought she was gonna save all the bulls or the cows from it.
And
later in the film.
What does her being a prize cow have to do with anything at all in this movie?
It's like
right?
nothing. There's nothing that she gets out of it. There's no value of her being a prize cow.
Couldn't Maggie and Mrs. Calloway already be at odds on the farm? Couldn't we have just started on Piece of Heaven and you have these two rivals? You stay on your side of the field, I stay on my side of the field. Like, they're already at loggerheads, and having that established without bringing her into, because look, they introduce her onto this farm, and within 5 minutes she's like, we need to save our farm.
Yeah. Like, what stakes does she have in the matter? She hasn't been here long enough to care.
We're so mad. We're so mad at this movie.
I will say, however, the little piggies in the beginning, when they yell, kill the goat, I did laugh. Yes, I laughed at that, and that was the last time I laughed the entire movie.
There's one other moment that I actually genuinely like in this film, but we'll get to that.
So since we were kind of talking about the opening, we were talking about the fact that it's a musical, that it started off as a musical, and
yes.
I'm like, good, awesome. It's kind of okay. They went back to the old school style of musical. I'm okay. I would have preferred it to be like golden era, like Aladdin, Little Mermaid type musical, but fine, whatever. I don't care. I'll take this because at least this is better than nothing and Phil Collins. So, so I'm like, okay, fine. And then nobody sings and no one sings and no one sings. And I'm like, okay, so it's not a musical. That was just the opening number.
Red hair. They tricked you.
Well, and then there's a villain song.
Yes, which it's the return of the villain song. I should have thought of this before. Because I wrote villain song and I put an exclamation point. When's the last time we had a villain song? Not Tarzan.
Oh man,
it was before Tarzan.
It wasn't okay. Research time, everybody. If you're following along at home and you're shouting at us,
Hercules would have been like Hellfire would have been the villain song.
Right, because there wasn't one in Mulan, and Tarzan didn't. The bad guy in Tarzan didn't sing. So yeah.
So it's been a while since we've had a villain song. So I was happy to see it return. I actually remembered this one. I had a little recollection of, oh yeah, it's the yodeling song, and the fact that his alias is Yancey Odell. Like, okay, that's okay. I'm all right with it. Like, but anyway, so the villain song happens. Jeff, how did you feel?
I was like, I'm sorry. What? Where is this coming from? I thought this wasn't the musical. Again? They're singing because I'm sorry, Jennifer Tilly singing badly. While A is not funny, Disney. So
too long.
Stop.
Too many. Too long.
Too long. Too many times. That doesn't count as a character singing in the movie. Doesn't count as a character song. So why is there a villain song when I mean, yes, I get it. The villain's main thing is he yodels. Okay, if you're gonna have a character in a movie where his main power is the fact he can yodel and he can sing and that entrances cows or bulls or animals of any kind, then make the movie a musical at that point. Work it in so it feels more natural in the world we're in.
I'm so sad when the credits start rolling on this, and it was original music and lyrics by Alan Menken, and my heart broke. I'm like, Menken, you are better than this. Come on.
My final note I took on this movie was him doing the score and the original music was the only saving grace for this film.
I don't even know.
Still, that's not enough to save the movie or make it even good. And there's another thing. Since we're talking about how this movie is actually about 12 other types of studios films, the sad Pixar depressing song in the middle of the film.
Yes. Yeah, I literally, as you said the word sad, I knew exactly where we were going with this. Yes, the sad "When She Loved Me" moment, completely out of place. For crying out loud.
This happens 42 minutes into the film. There has been a movie which has been nothing but this ridiculous, like fast-paced, weird characters, poop jokes and adult jokes and idiotic like crap. And then all of a sudden, at this point, I don't care about any character in this movie.
No, you don't.
And you're giving me
There's just too many of them.
Yeah, you're giving me the song that in the movie I should be like emotionally distraught from the characters. I don't care. I'm like, this is just a sad song for 3 minutes. You're killing time.
The lyrics might as well have been something like, "You should be sad now."
Yeah.
Feel really bad.
Instead, it feels like this movie was like I'm trying to think of like the best term for it. Like it feels like it was an assembly of things, like a mood board. That's kind of what I'm thinking about. I feel like the creators went, this is the type of movie, this is what we need to do in these spots. And they just took like 3 minutes from a Looney Tunes cartoon. Then they went into, took a bunch of clips from Shrek and Dreamworks movies. And then they went, we need the sad song. We need the villain song here. We need Steve Buscemi showing up as another slimy, creepy character at the end. Boom.
What was that? That production meeting or that development meeting? What? Throw out some ideas, everyone. What do we want? Okay, so, Jeff, you said sad song. That's good. Oh, Steve Buscemi should show up. I heard someone say that. That's good. I like the Looney Tunes. We should do that. That's a good idea. And we
need our '80s washed-up actor to be a character in this. That'd be great.
These are all good ideas. Let's use them all. Who's with me?
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, let's get making on this movie.
Because we're sure he'll wrap it together. He'll make it work.
Yeah.
Nice.
So let's make. It's. Okay, we're really being hard on this movie.
I don't care. I'm going to be hard on this. This movie's ranked 10 TC.
Here's the thing: it's that there is we're talking about the tonal inconsistency. Here are the two.
Yep.
Here are the two clashing tones here, and they needed to go with one or the other. Here's what I feel like this may have been pitched as. Okay, if you think of the fact that it's farm country, it's by the way, our first of two farm animals movies. So it's farm country. It's during the Dust Bowl, Great Depression, and it's dramatic, right? And people are losing their land, and that's poignant and it's real, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's like Fox and the Hound, right? When we're looking at a reality of society at the time this movie came out, cool. All right, on the other side, man, Emperor's New Groove is funny. You got that Looney Tunes comedy, and it's fast and it's jerky, and like the cartoons look like cartoons. Those two things combined do not work, and that to me is what I'm absorbing this film. I'm like, it thinks it's the drama and the depth of Fox and the Hound, and it also thinks it's the comedy of Emperor's New Groove, and it's just
it makes this bad, horrible child of just nothing, and I can.
He's so mad.
I am so mad at this movie. I mean, I am so very grateful and glad that I watched it. I really am, but I will never, ever watch this movie again. I don't care. I really don't care. I don't get it. Pearl, I just need to say this. Pearl, terrible farm owner. I don't know how that woman managed to get her farm as long as she could because she's running out of money. You have a farm full of animals that you could raise for meat and sell at the local store. You don't have to worry about money. I understand there's one thing, like some farm owners don't want to just raise cattle to butcher them or raise animals just to butcher them. They want to let them live a happy life. But when you start running out of money and the threat that your farm is going to be taken away, you need to rethink your life for a little bit.
You take one of them cows, you walk off towards town, you run into an old beggar person who's got 3 magic beans, and you sell that cow.
You sell them. Because what Pearl needs to do, she needs to go up to the giant and get that golden harp. Okay, the geese that lay, and that's all she needs. That's what she needed to do.
You know, maybe all of these ideas would have worked in a short, and stylistically, narratively, this feels like a package film short.
Yes.
This feels like, you know, not one of the package films that has a dozen shorts, right? Like a couple of the package movies have a bunch in there, right? But then you have like Fun and Fancy Free, which only has Mickey and the Giant and Bongo with 2 little interludes in between.
Right.
This may have worked more because it feels like an incomplete film during a war, right? Like it feels like the kind of trouble that Ichabod and Mr. Toad had, or like that movie being like nearly complete. So just work with what you got.
Right. This movie feels like it in the same vein. You could argue that it feels like it would be better as like maybe a 40 minute long film max, and they really only had enough decent content for that, and they had to pad it, or it's a combination of 2 short films that they just connected together to form this. Because really, the whole cows deciding to save their farm could have been a plot in its own right. But then also like Cuba Gooding Jr.'s horse character and Rico and all that feels like that could have been its own short.
Yeah.
You know?
It all comes down to this, Jeff. This movie is as soulless as the eyes of all the main characters.
Yeah.
And I say that because they all have black beady eyes. But typically, when you have black beady eyes, they're small, right? They have the big Disney eyes on them, but they're just black dots. That's like, in fact, it didn't even dawn on me that was an artistic choice until the buffalo shows up. I don't know if you remember the buffalo that's guarding Ellie to Slim's entry.
Yep.
Which there is a good joke in there where he's like, where Cuba Gooding Jr.'s horse is like, what about the rabbit? He's clearly with the cows. Like, that's funny. But it didn't dawn on me that stylistically they had made beady eyes for everyone until that buffalo shows up, because he had an iris. Like, he had color in his eyes.
Oh, yeah.
And as soon as I saw that, I was like, that seems out of place. Why? Oh, none of the other characters have colors in their eyes. and
they're all
that's
just black voids.
Yeah.
Man, I always try very hard to see these films as the best I can, to see them, for what they attempted to bring to the table, or the
Right.
time frame that they were living, that they were made in, because obviously, definitely going back to the ones that were made during the war when they just didn't have all the animators, and hey, this is the best we can do, everybody. You accept them. This movie just, I have never felt more confident that your pitch meeting idea was exactly how it happened. And then they just said, here you guys go. Here's your script. Make something. We don't care. We're over here working on CG things. Just keep quiet. Just like this was like a busy project just to give the remaining crew something to do while they moved away from it, from traditional animation.
Yeah, I certainly don't sit down to watch a movie to hate it. Like there are movies that I hate watch because I know I hate them, but I want to watch them anyway.
Right.
Like,
Well,
yeah, fine. I'll watch Batman versus Superman again.
This movie's so terrible. Why am I still watching it?
All right, I'll watch episode 1 and 2 again.
It's always good to have movies that you just you hate. You hate, but you love to watch because you hate them so much.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine to do that. This movie is not one of them. This movie is just, no, it hurts because I'm like, you weren't even, you weren't trying, but not even in a good way not trying. You were just, this is just stupid.
Well, one of the problems I think both of us are facing, and anyone who's been joining us through this library of films, is that we are watching these in succession. We're watching them a week at a time. We don't have a lot of time away from the ones that came before. So to watch them so compacted, we're going to be harder on them because it's so much easier to compare to the movies we have just seen.
Right.
And to know the quality that Disney has offered over the course of 40 plus films, to see them devolve to this is just super disappointing. Because all the elements are here to try to hit that magic again. And if not hit magic, then at least hit fine. Which, not to go back to last week with us being like, it's fine. But like all the elements are here, but it feels, like we keep saying, it feels more like a movie made by committee and less by a movie made with any sort of passion or love to it. And that's... Yeah. Is that Judi Dench doing the voice of Miss Calloway?
Yes, it is.
What a waste of an international treasure, right?
Yep. And sometimes I think of that. Sometimes I see these actors in these films going, "Why did you do this? Why you are so much better than this movie? Go away, run, scream, run away. Don't come back."
And there's that bit of chemistry that could have worked if there had been a little more tender love and care put into this movie, because to put Judi Dench next to Roseanne Barr, there is something there. There is potential for a story to be told. Right. It's by taking someone who's so classy and putting her next to someone so classless. That's a pretty tried and true comedic formula that we've seen time and time again over the history of cinematic and television comedy, and they just didn't capitalize on anything that they had. They just were trying to compete with everyone around them.
Yep.
And like the voice acting itself, it's not terrible. They just didn't have the right material to work with. I even quite enjoy Cuba Gooding Jr.'s performance as, was it Bill the Horse or whatever.
I sometimes forget it was him.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was him till the credits rolled. However,
I kept hearing other actors every time he opened his. I actually thought it was Chris Rock for a little while.
Yeah, well, it does have a lot of reminiscence of the Madagascar series with the zebra character. Yes. So you're not wrong to go there. Well, to the fact that like Patrick Warburton, the whole movie I'm watching here, going, man, Rico should have been voiced by Patrick Warburton, or maybe even Bill the Horse. But I feel like they had an opportunity here and then he shows up as the other horse, and I literally was like, oh, look at that! What a waste! Because as soon as his voice came out of that horse, I smiled. I was like, hey, all right, I like this. Like it's what, 60 seconds. if that, of Patrick
Oh, yeah.
Warburton, and that's like the one portion of the movie where I'm like, oh yeah, like that's a good.
Rico actually, to me, and I know it's just a design and it has nothing to do with anything, but it's like Rico actually kind of looks like an ancestor of Kronk.
Oh, certainly. Yeah, that's my note was that Rico should have been voiced by Patrick Warburton. And just thinking of like, yeah, I'll catch him.
Yeah, like that's
get
the
that
right
Elmy
character
slug.
for him. Like I completely would have bought it being voiced by that and having, they kind of went a little more of the like Clint Eastwood esque voice
sure.
for that character. But it could have easily been Patrick Warburton underneath that. I would have been completely okay with that.
He would have sold that really dumb finale twist that he'd been a bad guy the whole time much better, because it would have been like, especially if they would have leaned into the Emperor's New Groove style of Chuck Jones, Tex Avery comedy, Looney Tunes comedy, of like, you're a bad guy? Yeah, I am. Like his deadpan delivery, like, deal with it. Like that would have been like, aha, I'm okay that this is out of the blue because he just sold that line to me, right?
Exactly.
It's really not fair for us to continue to sit here and go, it should have been this, because we got what we got. And I had mentioned earlier there was a section that I thought they did well, and it's because everything worked in the minecart chase scene for me, because it was a straight up Looney Tunes farce of pass the item, right? You know, like, right. I'm running over here, I got over here, zoom, I snatched it out of your hand, I'm going over here, and I flew over your head, bang, hit a thing, oh, I caught it, boom. Like, it's that whole sequence works. It's well executed, it's very cleverly done. Maybe not the CG roller coaster moments, but in terms of the pacing and the style of that sequence, boy, do you think, going back to that boardroom, guys, if we have a roller coaster sequence in this, new ride at Disneyland, anyone?
Yeah.
Huh? Yep. Oh, give that man a raise.
Every time, I'm not gonna lie, every time I see stuff like that in these in the Disney movies and any movie at all, kind of this, generally it's the Disney ones, but like seeing a scene where it's the point of view of the minecart, I'm sitting there going, somebody thought if this movie is successful, we can have a ride. They did the magic carpet thing for Aladdin. Yep. I remember that being a virtual reality ride you could take, or like a flight simulator ride you could do in Disneyland.
Guys, the success of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, that Curse of the Black Pearl, with that Johnny Depp Jack Sparrow fella, we have been able to rebrand Tom Sawyer Island to be Pirates Cove, giving us a second attraction tied to our franchise. Money. We could take Magic Mountain, or I think it's Magic Mountain. We'll just redub it home on the Range Mountain, something, huh? Minecart, yeah.
And that they seriously considered it. I'm sure that there was like, okay, we'll see how this movie goes, and we'll see what happens on here. And
we got a hit on our hands here. No,
yeah.
You don't.
Oh, no, you don't. Just stop. And then they quietly just put those plans back in a filing cabinet and shut the door and walked out of that room, never to talk of them again.
Oh boy, Jeff.
Honestly, TC, I don't have anything
Much
else.
More to say.
I have nothing else.
I got to cut.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. No, I don't want to ramble anymore. No, I'm good. I have made my peace that this is not a movie. This was an experiment that Disney did to see if people would actually watch it.
It was a test of your patience, that's to be sure. If you ever met this movie in an alley, I would be worried about this movie's well-being.
I'd be worried about the alley too, actually, for that matter. I'm pretty sure I'd go like full-blown Superman on that stuff and just obliterate the alley to make sure that the movie was absolutely gone.
You can't have a renaissance without death. And we are watching the death
This is it.
of Disney animation here. And that's okay, I'm going to the Facebook page because we did get some comments. If you are listening and you'd love to comment on an episode, certainly after this is aired, we'd love to hear feedback about our response to the films we've reviewed, anything we might have missed. We love interacting with you guys over at facebook.com/topshelfpod. You're cracking up over there.
I can't help but think there's like one person out here who went, someone's talking about Home on the Range. I love this movie.
I love this movie.
They just listened to 40 minutes of us tearing it apart, and they are planning our deaths, TC.
I know that is one of your fears, because like we got a new listener on Treasure Planet, and you said that one of your fears is that someone will jump on with that attitude, like they're talking about a movie I love. Those monsters. So over at Facebook, we do post before we record typically every Monday. So you can, if you see the episode we're about to talk about, you can throw some questions at us. You can throw some comments. I only have a couple questions, which I end up getting from Twitter at TC's Big Head. Jeff is at Random Bell. But first, let's hit up the Facebook page. Thomas, thank you for listening, Thomas. You're one of our most devoted fans. Thomas says, I know that subjectively Disney has made more depressing movies, but I think it's a fact that this is objectively their most depressing film ever. Now, Thomas, if you're talking about the whole Dust Bowl losing your land angle, I did relate this to Fox and the Hound, so I'm going to give it there. If you're more from Jeff's state of mind, yeah, this is a depressing movie. Yeah. Jeff?
It's a very depressing movie because it's such a terrible film, and it made me sad. I want my hour and 17 minutes back. TC, okay, let me just say this real quick. I always watch the movie all the way through to the end credits.
Yes,
I don't care
always.
what movie it is. I always watch all the way to the end credits. I stop the credits halfway through. I don't care. I don't care if there's anything at the end of this. I'm done. And I just turned it off. I was like, I'm done. I'm sorry, guys. I don't care.
I fast forward just to make sure there was nothing at the end. And there wasn't anything at the end except the Disney logo comes up and there's a bunch of cowboy noises, like a like, and I was
strange.
Like, yeah, and so that was odd. But something I did notice in fast forwarding was that they had put a pop song in the credits and not a song that's anywhere in the film. And Candace, always wandering in while I'm watching the movies, asked, "Was that song in the movie?" I said, "No." But did remind me of something. I don't know when it happened. The first time I can remember noticing this was Matrix Reloaded, which was early 2000s, about this era, about around this time, that movies started putting in a bunch of songs during the credits that are nowhere in the movie. So then they can release an album, the soundtrack of songs from and inspired by this movie title. And
yes.
We had seen songs in the past, like on Emperor's New Groove. You have My Funny Friend by Sting, which was essentially an apology to him that, yes, we'll put this song in the credits. And we have seen the first pop remix of a song. I can't remember. It was Mulan. We had. No. Mulan was a random song with 98 Degrees and Stevie Wonder. So that wasn't in the movie. But we are in this weird, just from cinema, not just Disney in general, of sticking songs in the credits that weren't in the movie, that are just there to be commercial tie-ins, and I find that annoying. I find that annoying when I see a movie that's just cramming in a bunch of songs at the end of the movie to be like, buy our soundtrack. Right,
and a lot of times, like a lot of those songs don't have any connection to the film. They're not even like remotely themed to match the movie, which I would get it if it's at least like, oh, okay, so the theme of that song is about this and that was the main plot of the film.
Sure.
You know, like
True to Your Heart from Mulan. True to your heart, you must be true.
But so many times those soundtracks are just like, this is just a random song. Like I feel like you just wanted to have this song on your album. Okay.
Yeah. So it's. Yeah. So anyway, long story long, there's nothing at the end of the credits in this movie, so don't bother sitting through it unless you really want to hear that pop song. And we had this problem with Brother Bear where the songs were just bad. The pop songs that are in this movie, there's a Tim McGraw song, a Katie Lang, and there's one other, I think it's the one during the credits, that are just dull, like not great songs. Anyway, Wyatt, thank you for listening, Wyatt. Another one of our devoted fans, devoted listeners, has said, I remember watching this film when I was 6 years old, and even then I found it to be rubbish. Rubbish, I say. My brain.
Wyatt, you have cleaned up every thought I had in my head about this movie by just generically calling it rubbish. Thank you, sir.
Rubbish. He goes on to say, my brain cannot understand how it's in just 4 years, Disney went from a clever array of Warner Brothers. Has it been 4 years since Emperor's New Groove?
Yep.
Oh, my God. Okay, Warner Brothers type humor to fart jokes and Roseanne Barr as a cow. While it is slightly, ever so slightly more tolerable than the next film in the library, TBD on that there, pal. Home on the Range is practically an utter failure. Ha ha ha. Remember that little gem from the hashtag package films fun and fancy free? Yes, Wyatt, I think you will find much of an agreement in everything we've said here.
Guys, I feel like we are just milking these puns to death.
Oh, Jeff. How dare you, sir?
I know I have a beef with this film, but the rest of you can just say it's... And at the end of the day, this movie was just bull. So, this... you know what? You know what's really sad?
What?
I was just going to say, what's really sad is the fact that there's been more jokes in the last 45 minutes of this podcast than this entire film did. No pun there. Just true fact, everybody.
I had to walk away from the mic for that section right there.
Also, so it's actually only been 3.5 years since The Emperor's New Groove.
Unbelievable.
Not even four. It came out at the end of December of 2000, and this one was April of 2004. 3.5 years is all that separates this from Emperor's New Groove.
This is the antithesis of our Emperor's New Groove episode, because we spent an hour just laughing and regurgitating every moment we loved in Emperor's New Groove. So this works, buddy. This is good.
This totally works. This is the other side of the pendulum swing. Now we're hopefully going to start swinging back another direction. When we'll hit that other side, if we ever will before the end of this podcast, we'll have to see.
All right. Well, Natasha says, and Natasha, thank you for listening. This came out when I was 13, and I remember loving it. Watching it now, I think the nostalgia made it bearable. That's interesting to me that there was someone out there that Natasha, you remembered loving it. That's very strong words for a film that is what it is, and maybe that goes to how cynical that we're being, Jeff. That maybe there is an audience for this movie, and I think there might be. Any child who is sitting down in front of Trolls and Sing and Madagascar, the bad animated movies.
The bad.
If you're sitting through those,
anything made by Big Sky and DreamWorks.
That's not fair. Natasha did say she was 13 when she loved this movie, so I'm sorry. I'm being a jerk about it.
And honestly, okay, so as much crap as we've given it, there is probably an audience for this film. And really, it is something that you could just, I'm not saying a little kid. I feel like maybe like early teens, like maybe 10, 11-ish boys, maybe some girl. I don't know, but I don't know who. Yeah, because that's the thing. It's about a bunch of female cows. Well, I guess cows are female. Yeah. But I digress. But it's about a bunch of cows trying to get back to their farm with a crazy horse.
It's too much. It's too much.
Guy. There's no target audience for this. I don't know who you market this film to.
If we look at the history of Disney, we've kind of pointed to this before, that oftentimes they sort of lean towards the little girl audience, and then they lean towards the boy audience. And I think we just saw that. They didn't do it well, but Home on the Range is certainly a female-driven film, and it's a bunch of female main characters, which is fine. No complaints there. Brother Bear has one female character in the entire movie. And that someone tweeted at me about that after our episode last week, and I was like, oh man, that didn't even dawn on me that movie is. I mean, it's got brother in the title, so that is a boys' movie, because there's only the old grandma mentor, shaman woman as the only female character in the movie, at least as the main from the main cast, right? It's just a boys' film. So maybe there's some reevaluation there I need to do on Brother Bear, but that now I've digressed. A new commenter here, Bill Russell. I don't recognize the name, so Bill, thank you for listening to the cast and jumping in over here on the comments section. If you've commented before, I apologize for forgetting. But Bill says, I really have to force myself to sit through that one. Just doesn't feel inspired at all. Amen, Bill.
Amen on that, definitely.
Yeah.
You're not in any short of company when it comes with that opinion, trust me.
But let's see. Over on, we got Joe Compton, great Kimono Joe, as he's known, at least in my world. I have never heard anything good about Home on the Range other than it's better than Barnyard. I do not know what Barnyard is, but I recognize the imagery. Oh man! And you know what this is? It's funny because you see something like DreamWorks doing Shark Tale to try to outdo Finding Nemo, and Home on the Range is like, it's a Disney movie. So someone clearly thought, Disney's doing a cow movie. Let's do a cow movie. And just looking at the trailer here, I have the sound off. It looks like one of those 99-cent store knockoff movies.
TC.
Yeah.
I've actually seen Barnyard.
Oh, Jeff, no. Did you get
nieces.
that 90 minutes back?
I have nieces. There was also a television show.
Oh, what?
Yes. I don't think it lasted a lot of episodes, but there is a TV show for Barnyard. I think it's like Back to the Barnyard or something like that.
How do you like that?
They Back at the Barnyard was the TV series. I've definitely seen some of that Barnyard. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay,
please.
Good. Well, let's move on. We do have a comment from Ashley who says the villain song is going to be the strangest one you will ever hear. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't really talk about. We did delve into the yodeling song, but that song, just on its own, knowing that Alan Menken wrote it, there is a cleverness to that song's idea. Like essentially, I'm happy to see the return of the villain song. You know, it touches back to some great memories I have of Disney as a library. But to crowbar it into this film does not make it a saving grace. It does get stuck in the head a little bit with like
right, and that's the thing. The villain song is kind of well done. Like, I won't give a lot of crap about it. It doesn't fit into this movie.
Yeah, a little pink elephants on parade in the animation style. I think it was Thomas also commented about having a poster with different colored different colored cows in his childhood home. So he feels that poster was an inspiration for that sequence. Let's see, and then Aaron Williams, Aaron, all caps, says, I mean, his name is all caps. Okay. Still in that section of movies where I was too old to care and before having kids. During the Second Renaissance, I'll have all kinds of stories. Thank you for listening, Aaron. Thank you for commenting.
Yes.
And here's a comment I was saving to wrap up here. This is from a different Aaron Gunderson. And Jeff, I don't know how to feel about this comment because of everything we've said and felt. I feel like this is sarcasm, but there's an exclamation point, so I just don't know. And there's no like emoticon to give me any sort of idea of what he says here. But he says, "Great movie. Animation was stunning."
TC, I think we need to quietly back out of the room because I think we found the person that really liked this movie and hates us now.
Everyone has a right to their opinion. It's fine.
It's fine.
You're wrong,
but it's fine.
But it's fine.
No, hey, that's the thing. This is definitely, again, we've established this. We've hit this on previous films. Every single one of these Disney movies is a movie that somebody loves, that somebody grew up watching. Again, as we said before, I absolutely hate The Jungle Book. I'll never watch that piece of crap again. I don't care.
You're insane, Jeff.
Exactly. I am always looked at weird when I tell people I hate The Jungle Book because so many people grew up watching it, so many people grew up loving it, and I'm just sitting here going, I don't care. It's stupid. I don't understand why anybody likes it, and I've reached an okay point with that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want to make anybody mad. I hope I didn't make anybody mad. This
Got it
movie
right.
is stupid.
Yeah, although bringing up Jungle Book goes to a tweet from Schulze here who says, I'm sure there are fanboys who would be upset if Disney redid this in a live-action shoot. Oh, who would play a role for that? Hashtag Beauty and the Beast, hashtag Cinderella, hashtag Jungle Book, hashtag Little Lion King. Schulze? No.
No.
Bad Schulze. Do not put that
Correct
out there in the
response.
universe. It's like you're asking for someone to do it. You get out of here. You get out.
Guys, TC, we are approaching within another year of the 15th anniversary of this film coming out. Maybe they'll make a live action animal movie. Like it'd be like Jungle Book. Is that what it would be? Like that? I don't
know if you can hear. I don't know if you can hear, but I'm rubbing my thumb against my pointer finger and my middle finger. That's the universal symbol for money. Yeah. That's what I'm doing. You can't see it, but just imagine it.
I thought you were trying to start a fire, and I was very weirdly confused. I'm like, what do you mean by that? Okay, never mind. Oh man.
Okay. It kind of upsets me just how many comments we got for this episode. It really kind of annoys me because I love you guys. I love engaging with the listeners. But I really am disappointed that we have so many comments for this friggin' movie. But you know what? You're helping us pad the episode out, so there's that.
Yes, because honestly, guys, I would have been done after the first 15 minutes. So
okay, so moving on. Okay, so this. I want to say that one. Okay, so this is from SJW Star. What would that be? Is it? I know, I'm looking at the picture. Star Wars Social Justice Warrior. Good at name. Well done. Talking animals. Again, all the animals talk. Theory. The animals who have consciously maintained their animal nature don't talk. Okay.
So like the chicks?
No, because
Like
they're
little-
babies. Okay, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think what Star Wars fan here is saying, or Star Wars Social Justice Warrior is saying here. We've had movies before where some animals talk and some animals don't. So the theory, all right. So the theory is that animals who consciously maintain their true nature, such as the bear and fox and the hound, or I don't know, the eagle, the hawk that's in Mulan, just other animals that don't talk while other animals do, are animals who have consciously or unconsciously maintained their true animal nature, while the animals who talk are the ones who are willingly anthropomorphic. Maybe does that make sense? Yeah.
It makes sense. So the ones that talk were the ones that are willing to give up their
Animalness,
like their animalness, their trueness, their true selves.
Because the only animal that does not talk in this movie, and it might be because it's in the opening, is the snake that bites the jackrabbit. But we don't give a chance for that snake to talk, so maybe they would talk.
Right.
Otherwise, this is one of those consistent movies where every single animal speaks, except the baby chicks, of course.
Except for the baby chicks. But like you said, they could be babies and they just don't know how to talk yet.
Interesting.
They were
theory.
cute.
They were very cute. But yeah, that's interesting. I'll have to think about that one. Thanks for the tweet. And thanks for listening. But I'm gonna think on that. Maybe the next time we run across animals who talk and some who don't, we can apply that theory and see if it holds. So
Okay. I'm okay with that. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll keep that in the back of our mind when we go on forward. Now, TC, where do you rank this movie? I'm not doing the whole thing. Where do you I got to get it out there.
Yeah,
where do
that's
you
fine.
rank the movie, TC, out of all the ones that we have watched so far on this set?
It's much like I think last week when I said it would come as no surprise, or maybe it was with Lilo and Stitch for how much I praise it. It'll come at absolutely no surprise where this movie lands on the movies we've watched so far. This is at the bottom. This is is this movie number 5?
Yep, number 5.
So this is number 5 easily, and I went into it thinking that's what it was going to be, but then I was like, no, give it a chance, and very, very quickly into this movie, I said, no, there's going to have to be one hell of a redemption for me to put this above Brother Bear. Not that I love Brother Bear, don't get me wrong, but
Right.
Oh man.
See, and for me, like obviously I had never seen this movie. I knew nothing of this movie, literally nothing of what was going to happen, what was going on, and I just most of my notes are from the first 20 minutes of the film, and I just the kill the goat thing from the Little Piggies was the one thing I like laughed out loud at. Otherwise, I just kept going, really? Now we're doing this? Or now it's this joke. Now there's a poop joke.
Yeah.
Oh, now there's a cross-dressing joke. Oh, now there's a fart joke. I'm like, really? I kept finding myself going, I can't believe they're doing this. Why they're doing? And I was continuously surprised that they kept doing it.
It kept happening.
and I knew about halfway, maybe 2/3 of the way, because again, you had the benefit of seeing it once before, so you could easily make your decision.
I was emotionally
quicker.
prepared.
Yeah, me on the other hand, I'm like, well, maybe there's some redeeming qualities in this that I just maybe the last half is really good. Maybe I'm not aware of that, and it gets really good all of a sudden. But no. Yeah. Not really.
So you're making it your number 5 as well. Jeff, we have
It's
gone
my
5
number
for 5 on having the exact same list. This is crazy. It cannot last. It cannot last. Next week.
It cannot last.
Next week for sure. Next week it's got to happen next week, I'm sure.
I kind of think it might happen next week so now next week's movie, since we'll just get right into that. Next week's movie, we're watching number 46 on our list, the 2005 fully CG animated film.
Yeah.
We've moved over, everybody. The movie Chicken Little.
Chicken Little. There you
now,
go.
I have seen Chicken Little.
Okay,
I know. Yeah, I know the Bare Naked Ladies song, One Little Slip, from it. I really love that song, actually.
Well, we'll definitely have a conversation about music next week when it comes to Chicken Little. I'm going to check right now. It might be on Netflix. I think it might be.
Oh man, I kind of hope it is, because
if not, I can I can hook you up, man.
It's been tough. So we've hit that patch of movies that are not available on any kind of like streaming service, and yes, it is on Netflix. Oh, okay, cool. Thank the maker.
Thank the maker.
Yeah, so it is currently streaming on Netflix for any of you out there who have not seen it. Definitely do watch it.
You did miss a quick couple of tropes. The goofy holler has made a return back into the movie. Yeah.
Yes.
And now here's something I noticed that this isn't necessarily a trope or this is a one of 3 of the same joke. Okay. When Mr. Wesley shows up, Alameda Slim, and I noticed this I didn't Google this. This just struck me because I've loved the subsequent jokes that come out of this. Mr. Wesley shows up. Alameda Slim calls him Mr. Weasley, and Steve Buscemi corrects him and says it's Wesley. So it's a Weasley Wesley confusion, right?
Okay. Yep.
Okay. And as soon as he said that, I went, oh, that's really interesting. And maybe it's a pure coincidence, or maybe this is someone at Disney who's really clever, because in Frozen, he is the Duke of Weselton. And they say, aren't you the Duke of Weaselton? And he goes, that's Weselton. Right?
Okay.
And then in Zootopia, you have the character selling DVDs on the street whose name is Weaselton. And the fox says, hey, Nick Wilde says, yeah, this is my buddy Weselton. It's Weaselton. So we got Wesley Weasel, Weaselton Weselton, and Weselton Weaselton. It happens 3 times. That's pretty magical.
What? Why is that the callback joke?
I don't know. And it might be pure coincidence that it's here on Home on the Range because it's Alan Tudyk's voice in the other 2 occasions, and this is Steve Buscemi. But it just hit me. I was like, that's what? Candace, come in here. I noticed something trivial. Such is my life and existence. I've noticed something trivial.
Oh, wow. Well, I am looking forward to this next batch of films. And
so look for
the traditional live animation or traditional hand-drawn animation and welcoming the CG in, I guess, for a new quote-unquote dawn of Disney films.
Well, we shall see.
We shall see.
I am, as I've mentioned many a times before, sad to see the 2D animation go. I will try not to let that affect my opinion of Princess and the Frog when we get to it. But it's this is significant. This is a very significant moment in this library of films, and to go out on such a whimper after such amazing films that have come before it. Yeah, it's sad. But we're moving into the CG movies. I am looking forward to look for the post on Monday to see because it's so readily available on Netflix, and nearly everyone has Netflix.
Yep.
Hit us up with some comments and questions for Chicken Little. Or, obviously, since you've just listened to this episode, comment on Facebook.com/TopShelfPod. Tweet at Jeff at RandomBell, especially if you loved the movie. Let him have it.
I was just going to say, please send all hate mail to the following email address, I don't care @gmail.com.
And of course, you can always hit me up at TC's Big Head. Oh, and I got a Dig Hi Ho did toss in a tweet just at the last minute. He Twitter-pated us because he's the one who originated this question. It is worth mentioning that with Alameda Slim, we do have a new entry into the Wizards Duel.
Oh man!
Because he does have a power. So well observed. It didn't even dawn on me that was magic. But you're right. He wouldn't survive very long.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure he's the first to go.
No, I mean, I put Rafiki on the list, so I think whatever. That's a story for another day. Jeff, this was fun.
This one was a blast, guys. I was tired coming into this episode. I've had a very long couple weeks, and I was like, man, I don't know about this episode. This was a blast to do. I feel a lot better. I got a lot off my chest. I don't have to watch this movie ever again, and I can move forward knowing life can be better, hopefully.
All right. Well, that does it. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Jeff, thanks for hanging out.
Thanks, TC, for joining me as per usual every single week for this podcast. And we're closing in on that end goal, guys. End goal.
Oh yeah, I was just about to do the sign off, and you reminded me that we're nearing the final stretch here. No, there's still a lot of movies left. We have a lot of movies left. We have a lot of episodes left. We have a lot of great movies to look forward to. A lot of bad movies to look forward to.
Somebody loved me.
Oh, that's the
everything you do.
That's not a. That's the wrong movie.
When the eyes of the angel.
Not that one either.
All right, this has been a podcast. We've been the people you've been listening to. This is a sign off. Go ahead. I sang us out last week. You can sing us out this week. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I feel like it's weird that I was the one that was singing us out for a change.
Yeah.
But I know.
Just think of a montage of all the great movies we've seen being put to rest by Home on the Range. Sing us out with some Sarah McLachlan. Go ahead, Jeff. Fire away. Fade us out, Jeff.
When somebody loved me, animation was beautiful.
It was so beautiful.
It used to be. I want my mom. This has been a production of Ghost Hat Media, proud member of the Ghost Hat Network. Find them online at www.ghosthat.net.
I like the ending.